Hi, hello everybody. This is video blog number 2 about the main question that is fear always harmful? I'm gonna answer that question, as you already know, by reading this book, The Catcher in the Rye. In the first video blog, I talk about the first 4 chapters, and in this one, I'm gonna talk about the second 4 chapters, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So, in chapter 5, we start a brief analysis of what happened in the last video blog. It was that the main character is Holden Caulfield, and he's in Pensy Prep, that is this high school in Pennsylvania, and he's been kicked out of it because he's a mess in school. He's undisciplined and he don't do any homework, so he's been kicked out of it. So, he talks about how he always feels lonely, how his family, he's apart from his family. His brother is rich and his parents live in New York. So he's been kicked out of school. So he's like saying goodbye to everybody and packing up his things. And the conclusion of the first video blog is that the conclusion to the question was that fear was harmful for Holden because it controlled him. Well, so in this second part, in this video blog 2, it starts in chapter 5, and it starts with this important dinner that Holden had in the high school, because every Sunday it was an important meal in the high school. They have steak and everything. So Holden goes to the dinner. He said that he had a great time, but steak wasn't good enough for him. And then after the dinner, everybody went to dates or played sports or something. But Holden didn't like that. He go to his room and just lock himself in. He liked to smoke alone. He liked to be with himself. He liked to read. He was in his room, and then his friend, that was one of his roommate. Well, it wasn't his roommate. It was his friend, Ackley. Old Ackley. Ackley is his name. So Ackley came into his room, and Ackley was a guy also like Holden. He was antisocial. He didn't like to hang out with people a lot. So Ackley starts chatting with Holden, and they talk about things. They talk about that Holden was leaving the high school, and they had a long talk, and then Stadler, his roommate, Holden's roommate, arrived. Stadler told Holden that he was going into this very important date that evening, so he's asking Holden a favor. He has an essay due Monday, so he asked him if he can do the essay for him, and Holden says, yes, I can do it, but who's the girl you're dating? And he says that it's Jane, and it results that Jane was an old friend of Holden, and Holden had this big crush on her, but Jane didn't know, and they haven't seen for a long time, Holden and Jane, and now Jane was dating his roommate, Stadler. So Stadler goes to his date, and Old Ackley goes to his room and falls asleep. So Holden starts making his essay, but he was thinking about Jane. So he starts getting distracted, and he makes the essay wrong. He makes the essay about another thing, not about the thing that Stadler asked him to. So when Stadler arrived, he gets really mad, and they have this fight, and they scream at each other, and they Holden called him moron, and Stadler hate that nickname, a moron. So Stadler said to him, you say it another time to me, and I'm gonna punch you. And Holden was very angry and said moron, and so Stadler punched him in the face, and he knocked Holden to the floor, and he passed out. He was all bleeding from the nose. And when Holden got up, he just was very mad with Stadler and with everybody because he was just leaving the high school, and he was very mad. So at everybody, so he ran away. That's where fear comes. Fear control Holden there, so he didn't know how to control his fears. So Holden got away from the school. He packed things up and got away. It was like 12. It was like midnight. So he got away. Anyway, he's been kicked out. So well, he runs from school and get to the train station to get to New York. And in New York, he was gonna rent a cheap hotel and then meet his parents. And in the train, he starts talking with this woman, that it was a mom of, well, his son, the son of the woman, was in Pensy Prep High School, the school that Holden used to go. So they start talking and everything, and well, that's where it ends, the chapter 8. But here you can see how fear control Holden, how fear made Holden run away from the high school. He was being kicked out of it anyway, but he ran away. And well, this was video blog number 2. Thank you.